Shalom, 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 shalawizo to all my brothers from Israel and sisters as well. This is Brother Emmanuel coming again to you. The Most High put it upon my spirit to bring you guys a topic that just came up. I couldn't actually move from this, man. I got to bring it out. And I'm going to get to it real quick. Matter of fact, this is actually difficult. I'm going to do my best to make sure that I bring it about. Lord willing, we get some edification. My condolences go out to these families, you brothers and sisters. Y'all are the Israelites of the Bible. Don't forget that, okay? But again, my condolences go out to y'all. If any of you guys get to see this video, I pray to God that you see the spiritual aspect of it. In no way, shape, or form do I want to put any more weight on the burden that y'all are going through right now. Okay, but unfortunately, these are the curses that the Bible speaks about. These are the curses that the so-called Hispanic and the so-called Native Indian is going to go through. Thus saith the Lord. Okay, so let's get to it. Okay. This is regarding the Uvalde school shootings, right? Parents outraged following video release of gunmen entering school. So apparently, this is completely new. I haven't really seen this video. There's two that I'm going to show you, but I got a lot of scriptures. All right, here we go.
You sit there and claim you're doing that for us? You don't even know us. You never talked to anybody in this room. None of us. So don't sit there and say y'all are doing that crap for us. It's not for us. It's for yourself. Somebody always wants recognition off of dumb crap like this. Why are you trying to get recognition off of kids and teachers that have died?
And you know, those kids and teachers that have died, the majority, 95, 98% of them were so called Hispanic. They were Israelites. Okay. I think a couple were of the other nation. They may be of Israel. I don't know. But based on the last name, I don't know. Okay. But the majority were Israelites. All right. So let me give you guys a scripture real quick because it really is this is a difficult topic. I mean, that's not difficult, honestly. I just want to make sure that um, I bring it out correctly because obviously I've never lost a child. Okay. I don't know what that feels like. All right. So I want to make sure that you brothers and sisters understand. But at the same time, because of scripture, Lord willing, He empowers me and gives me the strength to go through something like that without losing my mind. Okay. So let me play this video again to make sure that you guys understand what my point is.
You sit there and claim you're doing that for us? You don't even know us. You never talked to anybody in this room. None of us.
This brother right here, apparently he's the father of Amari. The father of Robb Elementary School shooting victim expresses anger and frustration with officials and others manipulating the massacre for their own benefit. I mean, obviously, man, but you know, in reality, bro, that's not the case. In reality, this is it. Ecclesiastes 7:7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. This brother's mad. This brother is mad, right? He lost a child. He cannot make sense of why his child had to die. Right? That's a frustrated individual. Again, I cannot imagine losing a child. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. See, this guy's got some sense in him, right? Which is basically the scriptures are saying. And a gift destroyed the heart. This is what gets him so pissed off. That these people are acting like they give a hell. And in their reality, they're just people manipulating the situation and trying to make it seem it's too like looking good on camera.
So don't sit there and say y'all are doing that crap for us. It's not for us. It's for yourself.
Again, Ecclesiastes 7 and 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. This brother's mad. He's upset. He lost a child, man. And gift destroyed the heart. That's why he's raged. Y'all are trying to do something for me. In reality, something within his spirit knows it's not. This is not making sense. This makes no sense. Right? Proverbs 17:23. Let me prove that. Who is that gift coming from? That's why it's bad. Proverbs 17:23. Watch this real quick, okay? It reads, a wicked man taketh a gift out of the bosom to pervert the ways of judgment. You see, these so-called Edomites, right? Oh, these Edomites, these officials, even some of our own people were in part of this too. Officials and others manipulating the massacre for their own benefit. A wicked man taketh a gift out of the bosom to pervert the ways of judgment. These guys obviously showed up, tried to play the role like they gave a hell about our brothers and sisters, our little brothers and sisters getting shot. They didn't give a hell. A wicked man taketh a gift out of the bosom to pervert the ways of judgment, perverting the ways of his judgment, right? And that's why Ecclesiastes 7 and 7 says this. It says, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and gift destroyed the heart. So those brothers, those people, those Edomites, those wicked ass that so-called said, hey, listen, I'm here to help, support, we care about y'all. They didn't give a damn. They didn't give a damn about him. But I'm gonna bring you guys something up, okay? Remember I mentioned curses. This is a curse. You so-called Hispanics, you so-called Native Indians, you guys are the real Israelites of the Bible. The Bible said, let me read it real quick. It said here that the curses to the Israelites, which is who you guys are, right, would be for signs and for wonders forever. Let me get it real quick. Hold on. Oh my God, I can't believe I forgot. Hold. Oh, here goes. Verse 46, Deuteronomy 28:46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign, for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. What's going to be a sign and a wonder? The curses. This brother right here, Lord willing, you see your class, bro. The Most High is talking to some of y'all brothers, man, because now he's starting to turn up the heat. It reads here, Deuteronomy 28:46, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder upon thy seed forever. The Bible said that these curses, generational curses, were going to happen to the Israelites. What were one of them? What were one of them? Deuteronomy, verse 28:41. Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. Again, thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them. Do you think this sister right here is enjoying? You think he's enjoying? You think he's enjoying? He lost a son or daughter. I'm assuming, I don't know, Amari, I don't know if it's a boy or girl name. I might think it's a boy name. I think. Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. By the way, two things. It says captivity, but in captivity, you basically can die. All right? You're at the mercy of somebody else. These Edomites, or these people in power, or these guys here, right? They knew what they were doing, bro. That's why now there's so many things coming about, reports, video releases. They could have prevented this stuff from happening. It could have been prevented. Apparently, that's what it seems like, right? So the scripture said that in captivity, your sons and daughters will go into captivity. Now, the second point also is, for a long time, Christianity has taught us that heaven and hell is like you die, you go to heaven if you're good, you die, you go to hell if you're bad. That's a lie. Because hell is here right now. Captivity is actually hell. I'm gonna prove it. Isaiah chapter 5, verse 13. Watch this. Therefore, all right, Isaiah 5:13. Therefore, my people are gone into captivity. All right. Remember Deuteronomy 28. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be going into captivity. All right. So now Isaiah 5:13. Therefore, my people are gone into captivity because they have no knowledge. Meaning You brother, you sisters, y'all don't have the commandments. I could already tell you ain't growing your beard. Brother, I understand. I get it. You lost a child. I'm just bringing up points, right? They have no knowledge, and their honorable men are famished, and their multitude dried up with thirst. Here's my point. Again, what is hell? Captivity. What is captivity? Hell. Therefore, my people are gone into captivity. Let me skip it. Therefore, hell has enlarged herself and opened her mouth without measure. And their glory and their multitude and their pomp, and he that rejoiced shall descend in, and he that rejoiceth shall descend into it. Clearly shows that hell is captivity. Okay? Now, I bring this up because let's not forget this is the reason why my brothers and sisters are suffering because of the curses and because we're still in captivity, or we're in captivity once again. Lamentations 5:1. It reads, "Remember, O Lord, what is come upon us. Consider and behold our reproach." I can, well, I don't know the brothers obviously, but I'm assuming he believes in God, right? I'm assuming. Let me assume that he's praying. Consider his reproach, right? Watch this. Our inheritance is turned to strangers, our houses to aliens. You know what this means too? That the people that are in power right now, the so-called white man, they have control of all of this right here. Media, reports, police, right? All of it. Our inheritance is turned to strangers. These lands were our lands. But now the inheritance is gone from us. It's turned to strangers. Our houses to aliens. They call us illegal aliens, but yet they're the aliens. We are orphans and fatherless. You see, this is more of a mental aspect. We are orphans and fatherless. Our mothers are as widows, depressed, destroyed, spoiled. We have drunken our water for money. Our wood is sold onto us. This is captivity. Our necks are under persecution. This is a prime example. We labor and have no rest. These brothers and sisters don't look like, they live on silver spoon, brothers. You know damn well if they had money, they would do something about it. But no, man, they have no rest. They work hella hard, and now they have to deal with the fact that they lost their children. Our necks are under persecution. We have labor and have no rest. You got to remember that we're dealing with a nation that hates us. They have perpetual hate towards our people. Let me find it real quick. Hold on. Give me a second here, real quick. I should have had it, and I don't like doing this, but let me see if I can find it real quick. Maybe it's over here. Let me go here real quick. Hold on. The stories will come virtual. No, it's just my time to be into desolation. Give me a second, real quick, guys. I'm just looking for it real quick. Pain. Lasting. I might just have to skip it, to be honest with you. Oh, here it goes. Ezekiel 35:5. Okay. Here goes. Ezekiel 35:5. It says, "Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, say the Lord, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee." All right. So this is obviously going to happen to them. Okay. But I'm talking about perpetual hate. You see that prophecy against Mount Seir, Esau, the so called white man. Perpetual hate for Israel, which is very clear. Often, consistently passing laws that oppress our people, committing these obvious crimes or so called innocent mistakes, right? in order for us to continue in bloodshed. We got to know what spirit we're dealing with. Isaiah 59. Watch this real quick. Isaiah 59:7. It reads, their feet run to evil. These people are evil. The so-called white man is evil towards our people because they have a spiritual, perpetual hatred towards our people. Their feet run to evil. What they've done.
Somebody always wants recognition off of dumb crap.
Taking this guy's children. Watch this other video real quick.
We are standing with Uvalde in the wake of that scathing new report on the tactical response to the shooting at Robb Elementary. The report by a training center at Texas State University concluded some lives could have been saved had the response been better.
Authors of the 20.
Let me read that. Uvalde families outraged after reports find officer had opportunity to shoot gunmen. Okay? Remember this.
26-page report said their findings were based off video taken from the school, police body cameras, testimony from officers on the scene, and statements from investigators. Among their findings, one of the officers could have easily killed the shooter before he ever got inside the building.
You hear this right here? He could have easily killed the shooter before he ever got into the building. Now, I heard reports that there were officers walking into the schools grabbing their children. But you see, these people, when I say perpetual hatred, is because they have evilness towards us. Their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed innocent blood. The gunmen and these guys are completely involved in it. If you look at it, think about that for a moment. Because this isn't the only time. This has happened several times. I mean, we just lost 51 people, our brothers and sisters, trying to cross the border for a better life with American license plates. Don't give me that crap that it was always our people. No. How the hell they get in? The only things are allowed in America if the so-called white man allows it. People in power. The shootings at Walmart, attacking our people. Who is authorizing it? Who is behind all of this? The so-called white man. And who is giving them power to do this? Satan. Watch this. Just not to get off topic, Job 9:24. It reads, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? That's a question asking after, right? The earth is given to the hand of the wicked. Now, I'm not going to go to the scripture, but remember who tempted Christ. Satan tempted Christ and said to Christ, I will give you all this kingdom if you bow to me. That means the Most High God authorized Satan that power to entice the flesh.
Families of some of the victims expressed their
to entice the flesh. So don't give me that crap that supposedly, I'm lying. The scriptures don't lie. Who is in power right now? We're seeing the manifestation of power. Our people getting killed left and right, the so-called Hispanic Native Indian, and they ain't doing nothing about it. Like I said, the reports are coming out now that are making it even worse. That's the scriptures that talk about that they will reveal their skirts, right? Again, I don't want to take too long on this video, so I'm referencing some. In this case, I'm going to just continue moving forward. But let me go back to my scripture. Isaiah 59:7. Their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed innocent blood. These little brothers and sisters, man, that's sincere innocent blood. Their thoughts are thoughts of iniquity. Wasting and destruction are in their path. These families lost children at the hand of the so-called white man. He could have prevented this. If there would have been an all-white school, you know damn well he would have shot that guy. Their thoughts are thoughts of iniquity. Wasting and destruction are in their path. The only reason why this guy hesitated is because something within himself told him to. You never know how deep the spirit of a person is, or the mind, right? Like the subconsciousness, where all this memory is stored within you that you don't even realize you have. Like, for example, I'm talking and I'm moving my hands. That's my subconscious already. That somehow, some way, I created that and reserved it, and I practice it. I'll get into another topic of life, but I'm talking about wicked ass people, the depthness of iniquity, the depthness of their wanting to waste and destroy our path. That's what I mean by that. The way of peace they know not. They have no interest in having peace with our brothers and sisters. And there's no judgment in their going. Why? Look at this. This is not this is not good judgment.
Discussed and
Among their findings, one of the officers could have easily killed the shooter
Easily killed the shooter
before he ever got inside the building.
before he ever got inside the building. So what does it say? The way of peace they know not. There is no judgment in their going. Why? Because spiritually, this brother is wicked as hell. And he wanted those children to taste death. You know damn well. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Let's be real about this. You're a father. You're an uncle. You see little kids around you. Like, come on, bro. Like, the instincts should come about and say, this man has a rifle in his hand. I'm gonna shoot him because he's gonna kill children. Let's not lie. There's no lie about this. It's common sense. It's a decision that you can honestly make like that. Defenseless children. I understand adults. I get it. But children, and he is an officer, the way of peace they know not, and there's no judgment in their going. They have made them crooked paths. Whosoever goeth therein shall not know peace. And this is an example. Y'all believing these people like they're really going to give a hell about us. They don't give a hell about us. Jeremiah 8:15. Because some of these guys, look, let's go back to it. Let's go back to it real quick. They look, again, very modest, not wealthy people.
You sit there and claim you're doing that for us?
Look, I mean, think about it, man. Look at these guys. Look at their faces, right? Jeremiah 8:15. I'm sure that all they want is just let me raise my children. Let me come home from work. Look at this brother right here, man. Most of our people, they do construction. That type of labor, man. We want to come home and rest. Jeremiah 8:15. We look for peace. They want to come home, man. See their family, hug their children, maybe hug their wife. But no good came. Look at this. Imagine going to work, having to deal with this. All of a sudden, you get a call. You're thinking, hey, what's going on, mommy? What's up? What? Oppression make it a wise man mad. We look for peace, but no good came. And for a time of health, and behold, trouble. You don't know what this brother right here to the right, this heavy set brother. We don't know what he's dealing with. We don't know if he does have medical conditions. We don't know, or anybody here. How do we know? We don't know if somebody's dealing with some particular serious illness, right? They want to come home. They want to have better health. For an example. And behold, trouble. Instead of that, that's what happens. Instead of that, that's what happens. And you see, the reason why this keeps happening is because we've seen it time and time again. The so-called white man will always break a covenant. They did it to our native Indian brothers. They've done it to us from treaty after treaty, from the Hidalgo moment, 1848, I'm sorry. 1823 of the Monroe Doctrine, 1848. than the rest of the states? These guys claim to have interest in peace, but that's a lie. Psalms 35:20, for they speak not peace, but they devise deceitful matters against them that are quiet in the land. You don't think this was a deceitful matter? Give me a second, brothers.
We are standing with Uvalde in the wake of that scathing new report on the tactical response to the shooting at Robb Elementary. The report by a training center at Texas State University concluded some lives could have been saved had the response been better.
Authors of the 26-page report said their findings were based off video taken from the school, police body cameras, testimony from officers on the scene, and statements from investigators. Among their findings, one of the officers could have easily killed the shooter before he ever got inside the building.
Families of some of the victims expressed their disgust and outrage to CNN's Shimon Prakusit.
Just because of all the lies, the deceitfulness from the beginning.
You see that? Psalms 35:20, for they speak not peace, but they devise deceitful matters against them that are quiet in the land. These brothers and sisters do not look like they're trying to transport a bunch of marijuana, cocaine, heroin, or whatever it is that y'all prefer to do when you're alone getting high. Okay? They seem like just common people trying to live a life.
Just because of all the lies, the deceitfulness from the beginning.
Again, for they speak not peace, but they devise deceitful matters against them that are quiet in the land. We need to know who our enemies are, guys.
It was just like putting salt on an open wound. And it's just really hard because there's just so much suffering. And
you see that, man? You see that, sister, right there, man? That pains me to see her that way. Sincerely. I love my people, man. I love y'all very much. If there's anything I would ask for, I'm just gonna be a little personal here. I don't care about gold or land or any. I can't even imagine what the kingdom is like, man. But all I want to see is for my people to get out of captivity. I hate seeing my people suffer, man. That pains me so much. When I see my brothers and sisters working out there in the fields or in construction or in the kitchens or janitorial stuff, you know what I'm saying? Or out there trying to sell, food or trying to make it happen, man. It pains me to see this.
it's hard to grieve when there's just so much suffering. And it's hard to grieve when there's no closure.
You see, she said it's so much suffering and it's hard to grieve, right? I'll tell you why it's hard to grieve. Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 23. This is why, okay? Because, again, remember, guys, things happen in the world, and regardless of whether we want to ignore it or not, it stays in our mind if it's impactful. We may reserve it, we'll reserve it, hold it, but it's impactful. Like, I don't know, you hit a car, have a car accident, not that bad, but a car accident will make you have jitters in another event similar to it. It's impactful. So this person here has seen it firsthand, read it on news. Though, like I mentioned, Walmart shootings prior to these events, are people getting killed and shot in a massive amount, not like individually, like as in groups. That's why she says she can't.
When you say there's no closure,
There's just so much suffering.
So much suffering because there's no closure, because she's been lied to, and because of the memory that goes on. Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 23. Make a change, for the land is full of bloody crimes. and the city is full of violence. America is full of violence, guys. We know this. Our so-called Hispanics, Native Indian brothers are dying left and right. Our Southern Kingdom brothers, damn well they're dying left and right at the knees, and us too, at the gun, at health, at these so-called random events, random shootings. Nah, man. These are curses that are being put upon the enemy, that are put upon us by the enemy, the so-called white man. They have control of all these things. You know damn well they do. Again, plus of the fact that this is the only reason why they have power. Make a change, for the land is full of bloody crimes and the city is full of violence. The only reason America has even been is the wealthiest in the nation is because of slavery, the money that was driven by it. Free labor, guys. It doesn't take common sense to figure that out. If you have free labor, get a corporation, hire people, don't pay them for several years, you're going to profit 100%, 1,000%. Wherefore, I will bring the worst of the heathen. Now we're seeing who the heathen is. And they shall possess their houses. Didn't we read Lamentation earlier? Our houses have turned, our inheritance have turned to strangers, our houses to aliens. I will also make the, let me read that back. Wherefore I will bring the worst of the heathen, and they shall possess their houses. I will also make the pomp of the strong to cease, and their holy places shall be defiled. Watch this. Destruction cometh, and they shall seek, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none.
And it's hard to grieve because there's just so much suffering, and it's hard to grieve when there's no closure.
When you say there's no closure, what are you looking for?
I want people to be held accountable. We know that the shooter is dead. There's no one taking accountability. No one.
Javier,
You see, like this reminds me of this scripture right here. Ezekiel 13. Watch this real quick. Ezekiel 13 and 10. It reads, because they have seduced my people, saying, peace, and there was no peace. Like she says. Let me play it again.
you're
There's no one taking accountability.
See? They say peace, and there's no peace. There's no peace. There's no like let's fix this. Let's solve the issue. I have concerns. Let's bring peace. There's no peace. And one built up a wall, and lo, others dubbed it with untempered mortar, like as if they just painted over the problem, as if nothing happened.
We know that the shooter is dead. There's no one taking accountability.
See? And one built up a wall, and lo, others dubbed it without untempered mortar. They're just covering it up now.
No.
There's no.
Javier, your daughter, right?
Yes, sir.
When you hear about some of the new information that's now come out, what are you thinking?
Well, they're pointing their fingers. They did this, they didn't do that. I mean, not being in charge. I mean, whoever was there should have done their job, and they didn't. Whether it was cowardice or not wanting. I mean, they didn't follow the orders. I mean, I don't know, but all in all, they should have gone in and stopped. I mean, they're trained.
You see this, man? Man, this is heavy stuff, because you know damn well he's holding it in, right? Obviously, she didn't hold it in, but he did. Deuteronomy 28, verse 65. Watch this real quick. It reads, let me get to it. Verse 65, it reads, and among these nations shalt thou find no ease.
Trained and stop.
You think he's at ease? Look at his jittering, man. This guy's nervous. He's upset. He's bothered. A lot of times our people we don't know how to handle these things, right? So we cover it up. And I understand why he would do that. But her,
There's just so much suffering.
see? And among these nations, I mean the so-called white man and the other nations involved with them, like in Psalms 83, and among these nations shalt thou find no ease.
And there's just so much suffering.
Right? Shall find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. There's so much suffering. She can't, there's no closure, right? But the Lord shall give thee a trembling heart, a falling of eyes, and a sorrow of mind. This is a woman, a sister of ours, with the sorrow of mind. Okay? Because now we know that they're not going to enjoy the children. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all day long. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given to another people. Now, let me tell you guys, I know you may say this is far stretched, but no, it's not. If you don't send your kids to school, you can go to jail. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people. They were responsible for those children. Those cops were as well. And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all day long. Why? Because those kids won't come home.
And it's just really hard because there's just so much suffering. And
See that? Fail with longing for them all day long. There's just so much suffering, no closure, and there shall be no might in thy hand.
it's
Watch.
hard to grieve.
See, it's hard to grieve. Watch what this guy's saying right here.
They did this, they didn't do that. I mean, not being in charge. I mean, whoever was there should have done their job. And
you see that? Whoever was there should have done their job, and there shall be no might in thy hand, meaning there was nothing he could have done about it. That's a curse, bros and sisters. This is why we need to continue to push this through so we can wake our people up, man. I'm tired of seeing this suffering. Their time is coming. But in order for that to happen, we have to first repent and come back to the laws of our God. Okay? Because the so-called white man, needs to pay. They have to, based on the Bible. Revelation 13 and 10. Watch what it says here. It says here, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. So the same things that are happening to us is going to happen to them. Here, I'm going to show you real quick before I go, because I'm going to have to step out real quick now. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 11, verse 38. Let me get to it real quick. It reads, hear thou, I walk with thee, and the highest shall say unto thee, this is regarding Edom, are not thou it that remaineth of the four beasts? That's in Daniel, another topic. Whom I made to reign my world, that the end of time of their time might come through them. That's why in Romans 9, it said Romans 9:13. I mean Romans 9:13. What's the scripture I'm looking for? 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. Here, I'll show it real quick. 6 and 9, right? Here it goes right here. It says here, for Esau, it says here, let me go 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac and from Jacob, Esau, and when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau, meaning the so-called white man and his nation, is the end of the world. And Jacob, you so-called Hispanic and native Indian, is the beginning of there that follow it. Okay? So that's why when we go to Psalms 2nd Ezra 11:38, it's meaning this. Right? Art not thou it that remaineth of the four beasts, meaning the last reigning kingdom, which is here, whom I made to reign in my world, which is why Job 9:24 says, the earth is given to the hand of the wicked by the Most High through Satan, because the Most High controls Satan, you dummies. Okay? You Christians who think Satan's against God, like you guys are bugged out. Right? It says here that the end of their times might come through them, meaning through Jacob. And and the fourth came and overcame all the beasts that were past and had power over the world with great fearfulness and over the whole compass of the earth, which with much wicked oppression, and so long time dealt he upon the earth with deceit. Now we know this is America because no other kingdom has ever ruled the entire earth. Only America has. All right. Verse 41. For the earth has thou not judged with truth, for thou hast afflicted the meek, thou hast hurt the peaceable, thou hast loved liars, like this right here we just saw, deceitfulness, and destroyed the dwelling of them that brought forth fruit, and has cast down the walls of such as did no harm. These kids did no harm to y'all. Okay? So they're going to get theirs. But we need to wake the hell up first. Continue to push this through, brothers and sisters that are doing it. Because I'm gonna tell you this right now, in case y'all effeminate Christians or soft-hearted sisters that only want salvation and maybe forgiveness for the enemy. No, it don't work that way. Wisdom of Solomon 18:7. So of thy people, meaning you Hispanics and Native Indians, was accepted both. You must accept both. I'm gonna tell you right now, in order to make it to the kingdom, if you make it, you must accept both. So of thy people was accepted both salvation of righteousness, meaning salvation of those that make it to the kingdom, that keep the commandments of God, and destruction of the enemy. Psalms 83. Shalom, Israel.
And they didn't, whether it was cowardice or not wanting. I mean, they didn't follow the orders. I mean, I don't know, but all in all, they should have gone in and stopped. I mean, they're trained. That was their training to stop an active shooter. That's the first thing they're supposed to do. And it's aggravating that they didn't do that.
Do you think the officers were cowards?
That day, yes. I mean, I can't say all of them, but the ones that were in there, obviously they were, because they didn't do their job.
I can't even imagine what you're thinking as a police officer when you hear about these failures.
I live in San Antonio. It took me 50 minutes to get from San Antonio to there to come here to Uvalde. They took 77. I love my brothers in blue, but it's just like any profession, this profession is not made for everybody. It's fine and dandy,